The Internet Revolution, how the World Wide Web changed everything. Imagine a world without the Internet. No emails, no instant communication, no endless knowledge at our fingertips. A world where research meant hours spent in libraries, long-distance communication required expensive phone calls, and waiting for information was just a way of life. It's hard to fathom, isn't it? But just a few decades ago, this was our reality. The Internet, as we know it today, didn't exist. And yet, in 1991, a single invention redefined the course of history. Tim Berners-Lee's creation of the World Wide Web transformed not just how we communicate, but how we live and work. It connected the world, built bridges between cultures, and opened up unlimited possibilities for human progress. Today, let's journey through the history of this transformative invention, diving into its origins, its growth, and its profound impact on our modern world. Before we can appreciate the web, it's important to understand the world before it arrived. The 20th century offered remarkable technologies: radio, television, and the personal computer. But communication, especially across distances, remained painstakingly limited. Letters took days or weeks to arrive, and phone calls, though revolutionary, were costly and often impractical for international use. Researchers, scientists, and government agencies began experimenting with connecting computers into basic networks in the late 20th century. Systems like ARPANET, launched in 1969, allowed computers to share data, but these were closed systems, accessible to only a small circle of specialists. The Internet, as a global infrastructure, existed in the 1980s but lacked the innovation that would make it universally appealing. It was like a library without a catalog, plenty of information, but no system to make it organized or accessible. And this is where Tim Berners-Lee enters the story. Tim Berners-Lee, a British computer scientist at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, set out to solve a very real problem. The researchers at CERN needed an efficient way to share complex information across different computers. Each team worked with different systems, and there was no standardized way to exchange knowledge. In 1989, Berners-Lee proposed a system to link documents using something revolutionary at the time: hyperlinks. This innovation would allow users to navigate from one piece of information to another instantly. His idea was simple, yet ambitious: to create a universal web of interconnected information. He called it the World Wide Web. In 1991, Berners-Lee launched the first website. This marked the birth of the World Wide Web as we know it, a global platform where anyone with a computer and an internet connection could access, share, and contribute information. It was a moment of profound transformation, not just for computer scientists, but for humanity. The invention of the web fundamentally changed how humans connect and communicate. Before the web, long-distance communication relied on telephones, faxes, and postal mail. Berners-Lee's creation introduced a new, faster reality. Suddenly, email became an everyday tool. And while the Internet had supported message services before, the web made these systems user-friendly and accessible to the general public. As the web evolved, instant messaging platforms emerged, allowing real-time connection with people anywhere in the world. Then came social media. Networks like Friendster, MySpace, and eventually Facebook and Twitter took the web's connectivity to a new level. They gave people the tools to share their lives instantly, bridging geography with status updates, photos, and videos. At its heart, it was the web enabling something humanity had always sought: connection and community. If the printing press democratized reading centuries ago, the web did the same for knowledge in the 21st century. One of Berners-Lee's core principles was that the web should be an open platform for everyone, a place where information could be freely accessed. This vision led to the development of search engines, starting with basic ones like Archie and evolving into giants like Google. These platforms made it easy to find practically anything with a few keystrokes. The web also revolutionized education. Entire libraries, courses, and research papers are now available to anyone, anywhere. Knowledge, once locked behind the walls of elite institutions, became accessible to billions. It has empowered self-learners and revolutionized how schools and universities teach. Beyond communication and information, the web drastically reorganized how the world approaches work. Remote work, which relied on clunky fax machines and long phone calls in the 1980s, grew practical thanks to the web. Email, project management tools, and video conferencing software like Zoom made it possible for teams to collaborate from different continents. Then there's e-commerce. Before the web, shopping meant trips to physical stores. But online giants like Amazon and eBay flipped that model on its head, making it possible to purchase goods and services from the comfort of home. Now, industries from retail to food delivery depend entirely on a steady connection to the web. The creation of the web didn't just change how we use the internet, it accelerated its growth. In the 1990s, accessing the web involved dial-up modems. Those screeching, nostalgic sounds might ring a bell for some. But by the 2000s, broadband brought faster, always-on connections. Advancements like fiber optics then pushed the speed even further. Web development also evolved. Static web pages gave way to dynamic, interactive sites, known as Web 2.0, where users could create and share their own content. Think YouTube, Wikipedia, and blogs. The rise of smartphones in the late 2000s then made the web a portable, constant companion. Today, apps, live streaming, and cloud computing ensure the web is embedded in nearly every moment of our lives. While the web's impact has been overwhelmingly transformative, it hasn't been without its challenges. One major concern is the digital divide. While billions are connected to the web, many people in developing regions still lack access to reliable internet. This disparity means that the web's benefits are unevenly distributed, leaving some communities without its enormous advantages. Additionally, privacy has become a pressing issue. Early web users could engage anonymously, but today's tools track data, location, and habits. Digital footprints are mined for advertising, sometimes crossing ethical lines. Then there's digital overload. With unlimited content comes the difficulty of discerning fact from fiction. Misinformation spreads as easily as truth, creating challenges for individuals and societies. The web has brought the world closer together culturally. It allows people to share art, music, ideas, and traditions in an instant, fostering understanding between vastly different communities. Online movements have also changed how activism looks in the 21st century, from hashtags raising awareness to live stream protests. But these cultural shifts come with individual impacts. The constant notifications, endless scrolling, and addictive nature of social media have reshaped human behavior. Attention spans are declining, and the pressure to curate online identities has created unforeseen mental health challenges. As we reflect on the 30-plus years of the World Wide Web, the possibilities for its future remain tantalizing. From artificial intelligence and immersive virtual reality to expanding connectivity to underserved regions, the web still has vast untapped potential. And yet, Tim Berners-Lee himself has voiced concerns about its evolution. In recent years, he's advocated for maintaining the web as a free and open space, warning against corporations and governments turning it into a tool for profit or control. The World Wide Web is more than just a technological innovation. It's a testament to human ingenuity, the ability to connect people, share ideas, and empower individuals and communities across the globe. As we marvel at its impact, we should also recognize the responsibility that comes with it. The web is a tool, and like any tool, its value depends on how we use it. So, next time you open a browser or tap a link, take a moment to reflect on the extraordinary journey from those first lines of code in 1989 to the digital world we inhabit today. Tim Berners-Lee's invention didn't just build a web, it wove the fabric of our connected lives.